Brought to you by PodCast City Network.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell podcast. And tonight, my guest is Desean Pratt, the Prince of CMD. He'll be taking on Joe Gacy this Saturday at CZW's Better Than the Best. Let's talk to him and see what he's up to and much more. Tune in right now. Well, good evening, Desean Pratt, and how are you doing tonight, man?
I am good. Thank you. Sorry for the delay. Just been dealing with a bunch of shenanigans today, but I'm glad that we finally got down.
You know what? Leave that crap aside. It's talk. It's wrestle talk. Let's have some fun. It's what?
Yes, sir.
Tuesday.
I'm all about that.
Tuesday night. That's right. Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Tuesday night, I think. Yeah. I was sick for like a couple weeks, so I was like, damn, I don't even know where I've been, Back to work.
How you feeling, Ray? How you feeling? Yeah, you were saying you were sick. How you feel?
100%. Back to work.
Good.
Back on the garbage truck, back to work. It feels great. Life is good.
Good, man. Good deal.
And what's going on with you now, man? It's been like over a long time since I've seen you in action, like we go way back. It's like, wow.
Way back, yes. Way back, man.
We're
back. Talking like
2009.
Man, we're talking like rookie years.
I know, and you progressed over the years, and I was like, wow, where did this guy ever vanish to? He disappeared out of the blue,
Thank you.
But yeah, this Saturday night, man, what do you think about this? You're taking on the Chainsaw, Joe Gacy. Are you ready for this? This is like...
You know what, man?
Yeah.
Every time I think I'm ready for Joe Gacy, that dude flips the script and he evolves so much.
Right.
Like, even just watching him. I mean, heck, I had the opportunity to get a front row seat of him at PWE, so I was scouting. He had his Joe Gacy Invitational, and he was just barreling through the opposition. And I'm thinking to myself, this isn't the same Joe from, years ago.
No.
This guy has evolved.
Yeah.
This guy has gotten better. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten faster. So, I mean, I'm ready, but you know what? I know Joe's going to have a lot up his sleeve. It's going to be a good fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
I know. It's going to be awesome. And then plus all the other matches, too. There's a lot of good... This is going to be a great show altogether, It's going to be really...
Oh, absolutely.
You got the guy from Lucha Underground coming in, And that's like, wow. Like Drago
and John Silver.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's going to be a good little match there, but a lot of the other ones, Mance Warner, there's a lot of people that you've probably never seen, and you're like, wow, I get to see him now, you know?
No, that's exactly it, you know. So not only am I going to be there preparing and getting ready for Joe Gacy, I'm going to be scouting, man. There's a lot of new up-and-coming talent in the combat zone, and I've been hearing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out on that world title match because I, you know, coming into the combat zone, I had that title in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, I want that.
Yeah.
So whoever's got the title, you know, be prepared because Desean's going to be climbing the ladder, getting that title.
Right, no doubt. But yeah, man, you go way back to Kachara and all this other stuff, man. You know, I was looking at your record, and I was actually just digging through your records, and I was looking at a match that you had versus G Raver with your partner at the time, G Raver and Gory from at VOW. Yes,
Jason Gory and G Raver. It was like Generation Dead, yes. Definitely a lot of fun wrestling those guys too. You know, even then, you know, Gory's been around for years, but like, dude's timeless. You know, he's been, the funny thing about it, I remember watching Gory before I even started in the business.
Yeah.
And the dude's just, like I said, the dude just gets better and better every time. The same with G Raver, like he's doing his thing. He's getting his name out there, so definitely, you know, big ups to him. I see you, G Raver, do your thing.
He's made his name known. He's out there. He's out there, man. He's doing his thing, deathmatch,
he's out there
and
he's doing
killing
it. You know, he's a good dude.
He really is.
He works on it.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of the VOW shows, and I've seen his work, and he's just, you know, amazing guy. Just amazing guy. That's why I've been out to there, and they're still running. You know, it's like crazy. It's you know, it's just. They're you know, but now the new thing also is Blackcraft Wrestling. That's a new, pretty new promotion that just kicked off. You know, just kicked off the start. You know. But yeah. So what have you been up to? What kind of shows you've been doing lately?
You know, just like kind of just. It's game, man. You know, it's one of those things. You know, it changes. You gotta, you know, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Just prepare yourself. You know. Exactly. Because good things come to those who wait. Also, right? As they always say.
You are correct. Yeah, you are preaching to the choir with that one.
Yeah. But what else have you been up to, man? Like wrestling-wise, like where have you been?
Oh man, I mean, where haven't I been? I mean, you know, so I've been mostly just, you know, making my bones in PPW out in Hazleton.
Yeah.
So they're a nice little promotion up in Hazleton doing their thing. So it's been really good out there. So like, I'm going to be on their show next week.
Oh, cool.
So I'm just waiting for them to drop.
Yeah.
You know, what the Prince is going to be doing. So that way the Prince can prepare and get ready. You know, I don't like to be unprepared.
No, you want to be all ready to go and take that victory. Take the victory and run.
Exactly. You take care of business.
You got to, because that's what it's all about, you know?
Yes, sir.
I mean, so who actually trained you, if I may ask?
Say that one more time.
Who trained you in your early days?
Oh, so I was trained by Lightning Mike Quackenbush.
Okay.
And Chris Hero.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, Quackenbush.
So I got some, you know, some star-studded, you know, trainers under my belt.
Yes.
And of course, I've gone around to other places and got some extra training. Trained around with Delirious from Ring of Honor. Got some training from Skida, you know, who's luchador sensation.
Yeah.
Even gotten some training from Minoru Sawa and Akuta Hidaka from Japan.
Oh wow! Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like amazing.
You know, heck, even got the chance to you know, even just with seminars, got a little training under my belt with Robbie Brookside. You know, he's down at the Performance Center in WWE doing his thing. So it was actually a blessing to be able to train under his tutelage for a bit before he went ahead and made the big jump.
Yeah. Last night, I want to just say, I think it was last night. Big shout out to Pat Monix, indie wrestler from Chicago area, for Freelance Underground. He was in that. I guess there was like Cruiser something weight thing going on, pre-show something. I forgot what it was. Kurt Angle jumped in too afterwards. I don't know, but it was pretty cool to see his face.
Oh wow! Big ups to him. Definitely, definite big ups to him.
I actually got to see. Actually, pretty funny is I actually remember going to Chicago when I'm sure you heard of this company, Game Changer Wrestling.
Yes.
They did a show out in in Chicago and then also they did a Freelance Underground show, and Pat was on the card. Okay. And man, that kid could.
Oh.
I know, it was like, wow, this was like, yeah, you're like, wow, this was a cool night just to see some of these faces. And, local talents show what they have, and he's one of those guys that's going to rise to the top,
Absolutely. And I mean, and that's it too. And that's, he's clearly one of those guys that, when he gets an opportunity, that's like my favorite word. It's funny. Like every time I talk to people, they're like, Desean, that word's always flying out of your mouth. Opportunity. I'm like, you know what? Because it's my favorite word.
I mean, do you really want to, if you want to make that big stay, hey, it's cool. If not, then you know what? Indies where it's at. And we know that.
That's it, and just, and like I said, he's clearly, he takes the opportunities and he runs with them, and it's paying dividends for him, so definitely big up.
Yeah, that's what I always say to everybody. You know what? WWE is the main product, but you know what? If you don't want to be, you could be seen there, but yeah, you know what? Indie's really where it starts, really. It's what we're based around, what we love, We're for $20. Where can
100%.
$20-$30, where can you go see a wrestling card? Like, you can't in the Garden, right?
Yeah. Right, no, you can't. You're really right. You're right. You're not wrong about that.
You're paying $150 just to see sit fifth row, 5 rows, 20, way up in the nosebleeds. Look like a binocular, little ants in the ring sometimes. I've had those chances.
And,
yeah.
And that's what's special about, that's what's so special about indie wrestling, especially for me. Coming up, when I really started to understand what the indies were and, where the indies were. I mean, heck, before I even started training, me and my buddies, we would just, take up our monies that we would save, and we would be going right over to Birch for CZW shows.
Yeah.
Month out.
Yeah.
And, you're behind the barricade, but you know what?
You're seeing them. You're seeing the guys. You're seeing the guys who have been there and like have made an impact for years and years, and they could go on big screen. They could be going on a big stage. Make that
absolutely.
But you know what? It's really hot. Is that NXT, man? That's the next level, and I wish that would be just. I wish that would be the main show. They should just make it a straight show. I've had this good.
You know what though? That's a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like where it's at.
Yeah.
I like where it's at. It's the allure. It's where the cool kids sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
the cool kids table. I'm digging it.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, you see, turn on 205, and you see, or 205 or whatever that is, and you see Drew Gulak every single time, man. It's great to see his face on there.
Exactly, and I couldn't be prouder. That's a guy that I build around with a lot.
Yeah.
He's helped me out a lot. And just at the training facility, even just him sitting down watching my matches and pulling me aside to nitpick.
Yeah.
And when I say the word nitpick, it's not that, and it's not a bad thing. Like, he literally would dissect my matches.
No.
And like, okay, well, instead of doing this, do this time. Instead of doing that, do this time.
Yeah.
And I would just take it, and it made me a much better performer.
Did you ever wrestle him? Did you ever have any matches?
I actually haven't had the opportunity to wrestle Gulak.
Hey, Drew.
No.
Drew, you never get cut from WWE. Russell Desean.
I want first.
That's it.
Desean wants first. Give me first.
Right. Quick, he could have a title and we don't even know it.
No, yeah, exactly.
But think of how many titles he's held for CZW. He's held a lot. Over the years.
He's held a lot. He was definitely the ace of the CZW in his time.
I know. It's amazing now just to see him on big screen TV doing his thing. He's great. I still talk to him. He's a great guy.
Continuously doing his thing and just getting better every time.
It is.
Every time just getting better.
It is, and another guy, Leo Rush. I'm sure you've seen that guy on the main screen a lot from NXT. That guy is awesome. That guy is really
so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So
you know, and he's only 23.
I know, and he had a couple runs in CZW. And my God, man, he could wrestle. You know, he can wrestle. You know, people put him down.
Yes, he can.
People put him down, but you know what? He screwed up that one time. So what? You make mistakes. You got to pick up and go. You know, time launches.
He learned, and that's it. He learned from it, and his light is shining brighter than ever.
His promos catch the my attention, and I'm sure they've caught your eye. Yeah. You know, like the way he does them, and
all the time.
You know,
all the time.
Yeah, but that's another guy.
Every time he speaks, I listen.
Yeah. I mean, like I would always follow him on Larry Legend. The one and only Larry Legend would go hang out with him a lot, and I'm like, damn, Larry, this guy's really got something special, man. He made it big, you know.
Yeah, definitely does.
But so this Saturday, man, you're taking on Joe Gacy. This is gonna be my eyes are gonna be glued to this. My dad's gonna be with me, so we're ready.
Good.
You know, behind the guardrail, sitting there and keeping our eyes on you, and throw some action my way in the guardrail. We'll have some fun, you know.
That's it. That's what it's all. That's what the combat zone's all about. Hardcore action and hardcore in-your-face action and fun.
It is.
That's what the combat zone's all about.
It is. It's been for years and years and years and years. You know.
That's why I loved it. That's why I always was there first. In line every time before doors. First in line, to get in for the show.
Yeah, yep.
Absolutely.
It's like a kid. We have to be there first in line, Got to be there first.
Exactly.
Even though that's even an hour and a half down the road, hour and a half from Ocean County, I'm not that far from it, It's great.
No, not at all. And the best thing too, which was always cool, was just hanging out with the other CZW fans out there.
Oh, absolutely.
It was a community.
Yeah.
It was literally, it was just great. Like, it didn't matter who you cheered for or who you didn't cheer for. Like, if you were a fan of CZW, like, you were loved. You were open with welcome arms.
Yeah.
Like, the fan base was like a family fan base.
And it still will be, and people don't realize, because the one guy that really made a family was Kevin Hogan, the Whack Packer.
Correct. Yes. Rest his soul.
I know.
God rest his soul.
I know. But yeah. One of my good buddies. One of my good friends. Great.
He's definitely a good guy. It was funny when we made our debut, the Portal debuted at CZW. He was giving it to us.
Really?
He was letting us know how he felt, but we won him over eventually.
Yeah.
We won him over eventually, so that's the best part.
I took a road trip with him to IWA Mid-South. Oh man, the kid he was wired. He was excited to go, because that was his second home.
No, of course.
IWA was his second home. Ian loved him. He just,
Yeah, and he loved wrestling. That was it. He loved wrestling.
He did.
That was the person who. Thing,
I know, and we're so proud of him. And he has a banner hanging up in the Williamstown, at the H2O, the wrestling hall, the Kevin Memorial Hall in Williamstown, So that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great to see that every time.
Yeah, no, when I saw that, I was just like, that was a very, very classy move, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I'll be actually this Saturday. The 20th. I'll be heading back down there and seeing Danny Havoc's and Matt Tremont's Extravaganza, Deathmatch Extravaganza.
Yes.
lot of that. Yeah, it's a lot of great people. A lot of the rest. G-Raver, there you go.
There you go. When he comes in, there he is. He's back up in the conversation again, which is great. That's how you know you're doing something right. When your name pops up in the conversation, you know you're doing something great.
I know, but yeah, it's great to see faces and people that we know, and it's amazing. The chemistry is great with wrestlers. It really is. The fan base, fan base, no matter where you go,
That's it. Exactly. You are correct.
And maybe we'll see you at an H2O show. You never know.
You know what? That'd be great. I'd like to throw down with Mr. Tremont one day.
Yeah. Ooh.
One-on-one
with Mr. Tremont.
You know, 1-on-1. We can do it however he wants to. We can go, technical. We
Yes.
can go hardcore.
Yes.
We do it, whatever.
Or you can face like one of the newer guys. You know, there's so many of the newer talent on the roster that's just non-wrestling. You know, wrestling. You know what I mean? Not.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm versatile. Give me all of it. I'm good.
Give you all of it. Like Kyle the Beast would be perfect against you. You know. Kyle the Beast.
You know what? He's a kid that's impressed me a lot.
Right.
And he's another one that like I've just watched like even just little clips on Twitter or like on his social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just grown immensely.
I know. He's back. I know he was. He's back from back in the days when we know wrestling. You know, it's like crazy. It's like
right.
You know, people don't know this little shitty promotion made big time. You know, wrestlers, and we're proud to be. You know, that we got to see it. You know.
Of course.
You know, and I still run into a lot of people, and I say, "Hey, where are these guys? You know, they're still around. You know, yeah." And a couple of guys still live in Brick, I think. You know, it's amazing. You know, I run into them here or there.
Right.
It's amazing. It's
right on.
I always say, yeah, this promotion still had guys that I knew from way back when I first started going as a fan. You know, it's crazy.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, but not time. Yeah, I'll make a note to my promoter friend of Kyle. Yeah. I'll make a note to my friend Kyle of Jersey Premier Championship Wrestling. How's that?
Yes.
Because I'm going to help book the next show, I think. He wanted me. I get myself gritty, you know? I got to get myself in there somehow. I'm like,
Right.
Let me try to see what the feel of a booker is. I've picked out guys before, like talent, you know? Like just guys that will make it big, you know? People just don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's like scouting.
Absolutely.
It's like undercover scouting, like you said. You know, you just want to see who's out there, you know, who impresses you.
No, yeah, and it's a plethora of talent.
Yeah. And who you meet and see, and, you know, even your fans, you're going to be like, wow, this guy is really awesome. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking forward to seeing you again. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Thank you, yeah.
What other shows you got going on besides? You said the one following week. You had a whole list on your wall. I saw there. I'm like, wow, this guy's busy.
Yeah, I mean,
October's busy.
Right there, and then it's,
October's busy.
October's really busy for me. So we have the show down in Northeast Philly.
Yeah.
Super Crazy Wrestling, which is another up and coming promotion that's doing really well. Excuse me, a lot of young up and coming talent doing their thing there. Yeah. As per what I'm going to be doing, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
And then I have Dog Wrestling.
Oh,
down in Glassboro.
Dog Wrestling. I mean, I've had that guy on my podcast. He's great. The owner, he's really great.
Lawrence?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yes.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. It's a little hard for me to get to those shows, but I like to promote it. You know, it's great.
No, absolutely. Lawrence, I've known him for years.
Yeah.
Actually, he's known myself, Ophidian, and Lindsay for a bit. Opened his doors up to the training facility that was down in Washington Township.
Yeah. Wow.
That they had the Powerhouse Gym.
Yeah.
They used to run the shows out of there. And so, we got to know Lawrence very well. So, yeah, I'll be there, and I'll be wrestling a gentleman by the name of Problem Child.
That Problem Child. I like that.
Yeah, Problem Child.
Problem
20
Child.
years back doing his thing still.
Yeah, that's good. But I'll be ought to pick your eye. And
absolutely.
Bump them around, show them what it's all about.
That's exactly what it's all about. That's it.
Any others?
Not gonna be a problem for me.
Anything in November? Any coming? Or no, not just far yet. You got a lot of. I'm sure you got a lot of bookings coming. I'm sure
they're still coming in.
Yeah.
A couple of things coming up in November, December.
Nice.
Just all finalization. That's all.
Yeah. And then it starts a new year, man.
That's what it like.
Starts a new year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So
2019, you believe that? I was looking at the lineup already for like WrestleMania weekend. There's so many promotions going to be in the New Jersey area. Did you see that?
Yes.
Have you seen that? I'm like, wow. I might have to just go to WrestleMania weekend. Not see all the rest.
I would hope so.
I'm not going to go to WrestleMania. I'm going to go to all the indie shows, That's the one thing.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what it is, and it's such a spectacle.
It is.
To see all of the, and it's great because it gets eyes that's never seen indie wrestling.
No.
No.
Like AIW is coming in. I mean, Nova Pro, Blackcraft Wrestling, Black Label Pro, and the list keeps on going. It's just, they keep on adding.
That is the place, that is the time to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
Get your product seen. Get your guy seen.
Yeah.
Heck, I mean, who knows? A couple of the execs may walk down the street and just do some scouting. You never know.
Yeah, I know.
You never know who you bump elbows with.
Yeah, right. William Regal. You never know, right? He's always around.
Yeah, he's always around incognito.
Scout the Evolve talent. I know the talent from Evolve.
Yeah.
And all, I've never been to an Evolve. I always seen it. It's great stuff. They that's a good promotion. They do a lot of.
It is.
It is. They've grown. They've grown over the years. But yeah, no, there's a lot. I mean, Game Changer's this main stage for that though. Like they brought that plan together, the collective, for all those.
Yeah, collective. Yeah. I've been seeing that, and big, and they've been doing it big, man.
They don't joke. They don't joke, man. They're going to LA a couple days, man. I'm like, wow. I mean, you might even see my logo on the mat. You don't know, because I put my name on the logo. I always get it out there.
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's great. It's great, I mean, these guys take it everywhere, man. It's unbelievable. That's a company that's...
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
They had their, I'm sure he was, Nick Gage, he's blowing the house up. He still does,
Yeah.
He's still blowing the house up, and no matter what, he's still... Nick Gage.
He's still the man.
I know.
He's still the man.
I know. I mean, him and Homicide. Think about it. They got the compound. Look at that. They're still,
compound. Their training facility.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful place.
So they're doing their thing with that. So I was talking to Homicide a couple times, and I was like, he's invited me to go down. So to get down there and see some things, and do some work with those guys.
Oh man, you might wanna. It's pretty.
I might have to go down there, roll around
and say hey to Brett because he's one of the great guys.
Exactly. Rub elbows, roll around.
Roll around, say hi to Danny DeMonto, one of the old cold heart players still in the game. The legend.
That's it. Exactly. Learn from the forefathers. That's what I like to call them, the forefathers.
Yes. Danny will never let us down. I love Danny. Love Danny.
No.
Great.
Not at all.
Great friend, I could say. He's just fucking always on top of things. But he's, promoter now. It's great. I loved it, When he took over that job, I was like, yeah, this is awesome. This guy knows what he's doing.
He's wearing all the hats, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a jack of all trades.
He is.
He's doing his thing. He's doing his
thing, and he has a family. Come on. Life is good, Life is good.
Yes, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. But no, they got a lot of big things coming. They're going to be in Asbury Park. They're going to be coming back again. I'm like, really? This is crazy. It doesn't stop. Just wrestling does not stop.
They do their thing, man. They're doing their thing. Yeah. There's no stopping them.
No. I mean,
Definite big ups to them.
It's gonna rise this summer. They'll, April will be the real turning point for WrestleMania weekend again. It really was last year. Think about it. You think about what promotion.
No, absolutely.
They ran two shows. And I always say this to people, it's amazing. They were the only company to run two shows WrestleMania weekend. And they did it, Big ups to them, Nighttime show. And
absolutely. No, definitely.
And hey, want to go see wrestling at midnight? Okay. I'd love to.
That's exactly it.
You have a beer, you go out to a show. Exactly. It's like, what? Bar's almost closing? Oh, let's have a drink and go see some wrestling really quick. Come on. Still open. Yeah. Gotta, right? Just wrestling's in the
right. No, man. Like I said, that's the allure of WrestleCon. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, WrestleCon and WrestleMania weekend. It's all the access and all the. But that's expensive though. Those packages. You ever see those packages? Jeez, I was like, man, if I had ever had, I wish I had that kind of money like I did way back in the day.
Right. Absolutely.
But now they have these these combo packages that are really great and suitable for the fans, to go.
Right.
But they don't realize that the independent shows are a lot cheaper and a good price. They're coming. I can't wait. Get your tickets now, fans. They're coming soon.
They are.
I gotta plan my hotel. I think I gotta plan my hotel stay. I'm gonna probably just stay in Jersey City the whole weekend.
There you go. I mean, it's right there, right?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, that one White Eagle Hall, I've never been there, so that ought to be interesting, I've been to the Melrose in Queens.
Right.
I've been to the Melrose in Queens. That's pretty sharp building,
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrestling that comes out of that building, It's great.
Definitely.
There's so much wrestling there. I mean, like everywhere you look, it's wrestling, right? The North, like we always say, the East Coast, we're known for wrestling. We really are.
That's exactly what we are. We are known for wrestling.
We are. I mean, small towns in IWA, Mid-South, but yeah, bigger companies, worldwide, yeah, they don't know. We're like the biggest territory for wrestling. Like, just think way back in the days when wrestling was wrestling, it was like, who really had the big territory? It was NWA and back in the mid-Memphis area and
Right, they had it on lock. They had it on lock for a bit.
Yeah, but now it's all big and it's amazing. Technology has changed, Technology has changed for all the digital graphics and this and that for the for the staging and lighting and the ring and I mean, look at WWE. They have like lights on the lights on the ring. We never saw that. I remember
not at all.
I just remember seeing a blank pole, blank blue pole. I mean, I was a fan way back, when I was 9 years old. I'm like, I'll never remember. I remember like going to like a couple of house shows and local shows and just being like, wow, these are the guys that I grew up. And it inspired me to be, not be a professional. I mean, watch professional wrestling. Thank you.
No, definitely. I mean, it's the same here. Those were the guys that I watched, and they helped me get to where I am today. Watching those guys.
Who was your inspiration growing up?
Oh man, it's funny. It wasn't just one. It was a tag team.
Yeah.
And I was a big fan of the Rockers.
No kidding. I saw them no kidding. I saw them at WrestleMania 5.
Oh man.
Sitting in a nose. I love telling the story to every single person. I was, when I was a kid, my dad took me. We bought tickets for WrestleMania 5, New York, Atlantic City. Sat up in the nosebleeds. And we're sitting 5 rows away from Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body doing the commentary. I had a Mega Power sign.
Oh.
I had my fluorescent Mega Power sign stoked,
Right.
And then I finally dug out my ticket, and I actually, at a local show here in town one time, I had Marty sign it. He was like, damn, man, that's old. Yeah. You make me look old, But no, that's great.
Right.
Yeah. No, their moves were always something else, in-ring tech skills, the way they. But other tag teams, of course, blew your mind too,
Yes.
I mean, like, just think about it. Like, you're looking back at, like, the WWF was, like, what? We had the Rockers, we had Demolition, we had Haku, we had Smash, we had, we had a lot of these, the Warlord and the Barbarian, like, these guys that we thought were, and then you had your tag teams. I mean, guys that really didn't get noticed as well, It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Now look where they are, Hall of Famers.
Exactly.
I mean, who else would you grow up watching? Like Hogan, Savage, Ricky the Dragon.
Hogan, Savage,
Ricky the Dragon.
Undertaker, Jake the Snake.
Yeah, Ricky the Dragon. Everybody was a Dragon fan. I was a big.
Yeah, Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah.
Model Rick Martel.
Yeah. Henning. Kurt Henning. Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Rick Rude. Come on, like these guys were the
Rick Rude.
Paul Orndorff. I mean, these people didn't realize that these guys were the main, branch of wrestling. They really would.
Yes, they were it. They were the guys. They were the, and it wasn't just the one. They were the guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holding it down.
I know, Beefcake to Piper to Hammer. Come on,
No, right, yeah, man. It was just the list goes on and on.
I know.
It does.
It does, and it's like if you
it does, man. It does.
If you look back to like your favorite match, what was your favorite match growing up?
Oh man, it gotta be. Honestly, it was. It was funny. I was watching this on the network recently. It's great to be able to go back and watch this stuff.
Yes, I know. It's great.
It was Saturday night main event.
Yeah.
And it was the Hart Foundation versus the Rockers.
Huh. Wow. That was I remember that one. That was a good one. That was a good one that night. Forgot about that one. Mine, if I was to tell
it was a good one. Yeah.
I think if I was to look back at a good match that I enjoyed, it had to have been like the Warlord versus the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. Do you remember when he did the Warlock challenge, or the the British Bulldog would break the hold, the middle of the ring?
Yeah, no, man, that was that. Yes. Oh man, yeah, definitely.
Guys like that were,
definitely.
And look where I know. I mean, I wish he was still around, but Son's wrestling. It's awesome. It's just amazing.
Right.
All these guys.
Right.
Even John Studd's son's still wrestling. How about that? It's like, wow, all these guys are still out there. Times changed.
No, man, like I said, they held it down for us. They held it down.
They did. It's like Junkyard Dog Slaughter. Come on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, the legends, like I said, even if it's like they didn't get a Hall of Fame status, but
no.
You know what, they were still Hall of Famers,
Yeah,
just from what they've done.
Even like the women's wrestlers, it was Elizabeth really was like the manager of the, but like Luna Vachon and Sherry Martel. I always tell people.
You know what?
Yeah.
Those two do not get enough credit.
No.
If I can keep it real, if I can keep it 100 with you, they don't. Because it's funny, like, especially, like, Sensational Sherry, man. Like, she was one hell of a ballet.
Yeah.
Like, she was awesome. I mean, Luna Vachon, too. And then, she got into the role of actually being a wrestler.
Yeah.
She was a character, And, like, again, it was one of those, when you saw her, you didn't turn away.
Right. Yeah.
She grasped your attention. She was dastardly. She was nasty. Like she was, she was the perfect heel.
She was the China of the early ages.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Exactly.
She was the China of the DX version.
Yes.
DX. Yes. But talk about DX, Triple H, man. He's done a lot.
Yes, I mean that. I mean, it's funny. I get made fun of. When I tell people, but that's my man. That's my dude.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. And everyone's just saying, "Wait, really?"
Yeah, come on, man. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, his first time out with the Bushwhackers and everybody else. Come on. It was great. It was like if you remember back in time when he had the match versus, the hog pen match. That cracked me up. That was great. That was great comedy.
Yes.
That was great comedy back in the heyday of the wrestling.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. He was so versatile. Like I said, so versatile.
Yeah.
You can go in and brawl with the best of them. You can put out a good comedy match. You can put on a good technical match. Like he was it.
Yeah.
It was great.
Now he's all business. Now he's all business again. He's just.
Yes. I mean, so like, and it's like it's cool. Watching the Super Show.
Yeah.
Showdown that they had. Like I didn't get to catch up and watch it, so thankfully I evaded spoilers.
Yeah.
But like anytime. It is great because it's like for me, yes, I understand. I'm in the business, quote unquote, as they say.
Yes.
But you know what? I'm still a fan of this.
You gotta be.
I never forget why I got into this.
Yeah.
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 So like anytime, so it's great. You see him in his suit and tie, Mr. Corporate. But when it comes down, when he's ready to get gritty and get gully, he's like, "Yo, I will put on the leather jacket."
Yeah.
and go to work.
That's like that's like Kurt Angle. Come on, right? Like he hit under that golden mask. Come on, you're great, great. And
Exactly.
we know where he's come and been, and TNA to WWF. Come on, WWE. Come on,
Yeah.
I was thinking back when the last time I actually I was looking back at like when the last time I actually saw him probably was at ECW's One Night Stand 2 in New York. Versus in a technical match, with Rob Van Dam or Randy Orton or somebody, I forgot, but it was great,
Right.
Just to see the aura of him, but of course John Cena. Wow, talked about it booing that night.
I actually remember. But buddies of mine, we ordered that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And just the boos that came from the crowd was just deafening.
Yeah.
And we just literally just sat watching the TV.
I got lucky. My sister, I got tickets for my Christmas present. She surprised me. I was like, all right. We're sitting 6th row.
Oh, man. Really?
6th row behind Joey Styles on the commentary booth when Lawler jumped him from behind, And and the funny moment is I actually started a chant for no reason, Nacho Libre, like the Jack Black when Super Crazy.
It's Jack Black movie, okay?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. But I started a chant. You could hear it. It'd be like, holy shit! Like this just trended. I got something going. You love it, It's like you don't realize that people didn't know what that was, but then they got the hold of it, It was great.
Right.
Yeah. Moments like that you live for, and then like Balls Mahoney, like I heard my voice, Balls, You could just hear yourself in the crowd.
And you said those one-night onlys, those were special too.
That was special too because I also had to carry the chairs home on the bus.
Right.
2 chairs, steel chairs.
It's the fact that we all grew up watching ECW.
Yeah.
We all, and then, the fact that, they had at the Hammerstein Ballroom, which was like, anytime you seen that ballroom on TV, when they were doing the ECW, like, it was dope. When they moved to the Hammerstein Ballroom, or even did shows in the Hammerstein Ballroom, that's when you knew, like, these dudes are doing something right.
And Ring of Honor Ring of Honor came there so many times. I was there for a lot of those old ones. Wow. Talk about some good times.
Yeah. Same. I mean, like, any promotion that runs a show there.
Yeah.
It doesn't, WWF, WWE, Ring of Honor, whoever.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, you're bringing up the big guns.
Mm-hmm. Except they screwed up that one time on WWE. Did you notice that one? Where they had a taker for like 20 minutes and then left?
Yeah.
That was a waste. That was a waste. That was horrible. That was bad timing for whatever they did. They should have made a big apology for that. I'm surprised they never did.
Yeah.
But the Hammersteins held a lot of people that we know and have wrestled there. It's like wow, many of occasion, many shows, like you were saying. Still there?
But yeah, like I said, it was just always just like I said, that building was like the Mecca.
Yeah.
Professional wrestling, the Mecca. Like it was like you had Madison Square Garden, and you had the Hammerstein.
Yeah, well, look at Madison Square Garden. Just think about it. Think about it, man. Ring of Honor, heading there in Madison Square Garden. That's gonna be something, That's good.
That's
with New Japan Pro, and New Japan, man. That's big stuff, right?
Yeah, and that's how you know that the game is changing completely. Completely. That a promotion that's not WWE.
No.
Can not only run in Madison Square Garden, but sell it out.
Yeah. Those tickets probably sold out. I bet you're already sold out. I wouldn't be surprised.
Sell it out. I mean, like it's like when I remember when I woke up.
Yeah.
To Twitter, people were just going bananas. I'm like, what is going on? What the heck is?
All in. Like All In That was, oh my good. Yeah, I had a lot of friends who were going. I'm like, damn, you guys got lucky.
Yeah, no, exactly. Same thing for that, and it's just like, it's one of those things that, like, things have changed so much.
Could you imagine if they do it again? They should do it again for WrestleMania. My God, they would sell, they'd probably sell the whole city of New York.
You mean like go head-to-head with WrestleMania?
Oh my God, could you, what, all in? What, yeah, the Young Bucks and Cody, could you imagine? That could be.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, they probably, got something up their sleeves.
I know, and All In too. Come on, shit.
I mean, yeah, because it was funny, and I just read it because it was cool, because, I follow Cody Rhodes on Twitter, and
yeah.
Like the next morning, he just put out a tweet.
Yeah.
And all this, it was just so subtle, and he just goes, where do we go from here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know where.
But
I'm watching.
And I was remembering, when I was in New York, in Chicago, right, for that GCW show,
right.
And my friends and I, we go to the check out that Pro Wrestling T-shirt, Pro Wrestling Tees,
yeah.
And they're doing on Sunday. They were doing the All In conference. I could have gone to that, but we were headed home. I missed that. That could have been awesome, just to see Cody and be like, wow. But I got to see Tito Santana and Coco B, so it was great to see their faces.
Okay, there you go.
Nothing wrong with seeing the legends.
There you go.
Those guys are the ones that made us watch wrestling. That inspired us.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes.
I mean, he's still doing I think his wife still has a hair shop, or he still does haircuts, in the city or whatever, in Hobo.
Okay.
Tito's wife, right? I believe that's still true, yeah. And he still, teaches?
Right, I think so.
I know,
I
think he teaches still, too. He's amazing. It's amazing that you do it.
No, absolutely. No doubt.
But I wish I was there for that night. That could have been kind of cool, just to see Cody and just be like in front of a crowd, and just to see what's going on with his press conference, Be like, I was there for the all-in press conference, but I didn't get to go to the show, But no, I got so much feedback from friends, and they were calling me like, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. I actually had a buddy of mine who's a podcaster, a friend from Florida, and he was trying to watch it. His computer was crashing, or like his cell phone was dying. I'm like, you know what? I have the Fight Network. The Fight TV. I'll let you borrow my password. Go ahead, man. Thank you, because he did not want to miss that. It was something we were talking about. It was like, you gotta watch this. A lot of people that we knew, wrestling, of course, millions of people watching this don't realize who's really wrestling. Marco Stunt, Joey Janela, come on. Like, these guys, these guys are great in the business, PCO, come on.
Yeah, no doubt.
Here's another guy, PCO, making his waves, resurging from the...
Man.
I know.
It was funny. I was at the PPW school. I do some I do the training with the students there too, and we kind of got on the subject of him. So Mikey Whipwreck, myself, and Johnny Moran talking with the students, and we were like, PCO, and they're like, the students were like, wait, who's PCO? And the three of us just looked at each other and went, just go home and watch. They're like, first, do you know who he is?
Yes.
And they're like, do you know who he was?
Yeah.
They were like, no. And I go, remember tag team the Quebecers back in the day?
Yes, the Mountie.
Like, I go,
the Mountie, come on.
There was like the Mountie.
Jack Rougeau.
And again, they're looking at me like I got 5 heads, and I'm looking at it and telling them, go home and do your research.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Do your research.
Yeah, I know. He made a resurgence, like just 100% kicking his ass. And he has a little daughter. He's got a little daughter. He's proud of it, He's proud to be a father.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, oh, wow. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he always he always puts a message on Facebook about his daughter. Once in a while.
Good for him. That's what's up. And then, that's what that there is what, makes him go hard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Having that little one makes him go hard, makes him work 10 times harder.
But I don't think he sees her that much, because since he's on the road is so much, It's like, that hurts.
Right.
That hurts, Not seeing your child's birthday party, Can you miss that kind of stinks, family functions. But you have to...
Right.
But you have to say, sorry, I can't make it today, I gotta wrestle.
Right.
Gotta wrestle.
Well, the nature of the beast, you know. Unfortunately,
yeah.
You do.
No, but he's a monster and he's doing his thing, you know. And he has a belt on his shoulder. We're proud of him, you know. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't believe he ever held a title. Well, yeah, he tag team titles, so he's held the title. I don't know.
No, absolutely.
You know, if I look back and think what titles he's held, probably Intercontinental, he's probably held a couple belts we really never knew existed, you know. But time flies, man. Time flies in the wrestling world.
It does. It does. It really does.
It really does. Like I just like it's a new surge right now. You know, it's like a new surge, and we know what's coming.
And that's the thing. Right. It is. It's always like new life. It's always being breathed into professional wrestling, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah, because you could tell someone. You could be like, "Oh, check this out. All right, did brand new promotion. Check this out." And I didn't.
That's it.
And I just heard, and I got to look it up on the internet. I didn't realize Austin Aries ran a promotion.
Really?
Yes, Austin Aries runs a promotion. Good for him. I'm glad.
Huh.
I don't know where that's based at.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to scope that out. You know, see what kind of promotion that looks pretty good. Though I'm glad he's got something like that. That's good. He's kind of that person would.
Wow, I gotta check that out.
I know Austin Aries wrestling, pro wrestling. Who knows? School or promotion. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I heard that.
Right? Yeah. No, me neither.
No, my friend told me. I was like, no shit. You gotta check this out.
Yeah, that's all new news to me.
It's like
brand new news.
I know. It's like whatever happened to FIP. Remember? You know, like that was. And you wrestled for that.
FIP, yeah.
You wrestled for that, right?
I mean, they still do their thing. They're still around doing their thing.
Yeah, they're still out there. You know, it's amazing. It's just amazing, like what happens nowadays. Wrestling's gone overboard. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. You know, we're here one weekend. We're there this weekend. We're gonna travel this weekend. No, maybe I'll travel next week. You know.
Right. I'm gonna take this one off. I took this one out.
You know, I as you know of me, I always go to those indie shows everywhere in Jersey. You know, wherever there was that those shows were everywhere. I follow. You know, and then I just followed other promotions and just got hooked. And look where I am making a podcast. Isn't that awesome?
That's it. It was like it segued into all that. It was the starting point.
And you know what? And this makes me say thank you for being a wrestler. You know, and my skills as a fan, watching you perform, and actually now having a podcast to talk about careers, and this helps boost your hearing your name out there, and people will be like, "Wow, this guy was on a podcast just recently. Check him out."
No, that's it. You know, it's all about
this helps you.
This helps.
This helps recognize who you are, and who I am. It's great. It's the real world's amazing of podcasting now. It's booms. You could be like Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
You could be like the Jim Cornette and say, "Yeah, fuck CZW." And everybody's. I'm like, wait a minute, really? You're the one that fucking ranted.
Wait, what?
Huh? I know. He just rambles on and on. He just crazy. I mean, I saw Twitter about like a death match or something, and I'm like, really? Come on. He just goes overboard sometimes.
He does his thing, man. He has his opinions.
I know.
You're just like, hey,
But I'm thinking back, like, wait a minute. I remember seeing Jim. I mean, I never got into the CZW till like the 2000. About not 11, like about 4. I got hooked into it somehow with my buddy. We got hooked on it, And I actually ended up going to a Pro Wrestling Unplugged show, right? PWU.
Pro Wrestling Unplugged.
Yeah, PWA. That's old school, I know. But I remember the same night CZW was running. Ring of Honor was running a double show. Like they were doing the show, or the CZW versus Ring of Honor, the 100th year. And Jim Cornette and Zandig were in the ring. And Necro Butcher and all the other guys, Samoa Joe. Oh, it was great. Super Dragon. Oh, I stood up. I was on the Ring of Honor side. I was supposed to have a ticket for that side, but you know what? They're all filled up. I moved over to CZW bleachers, and I got lucky. Standing behind Hero and Claudio and Super Dragon, It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. But after that, I got hooked, Got really hooked on the CZW scene. ever since then, you know?
No, man, that's exactly it. Yeah, no, you're exactly correct, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was it, you know.
Yeah.
And then like, I remember, you know, when that war between both companies escalated into the cage of death.
Yes.
Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That was some good stuff. That was some good. I remember I was trying to make that show.
Oh, really?
I went with my buddies. We were trying to get to there, but something ended up happening. I couldn't make it. I was bummed out.
Yeah, but
again, that was a spectacle. That was something special.
But yeah, I got lucky and I got to see, like a Trent Acid, and I got to see Johnny Cashmere, and I think I drew, Devin Moore and Drew Blood, wrestling. I'm like, this is awesome. I got to see these guys that I knew growing up, like really knew, early on in the career wrestling. It's like, wow,
No, right on, man. Absolutely.
I mean, I think I remember I saw Necro Butcher versus Samoa Joe or Corporal Robinson, I can't remember. There's so many matches I've been, at that arena, for those, like, PWU shows, like, you're like, wow.
I was just having that conversation about Samoa Joe and Necro Butcher. In fact, I was talking to, again, I was with the guys last night at training, and, the students, so we sat down, It's always great to just pick Mikey Whipwreck's brain and listen to his ECW stories. It's great. And, I told him, I was like, I asked him, like, if he's ever seen that match, and he said no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, on YouTube, go, I was like, do yourself a favor and go watch it. Like, this has matches, like, the stiffest match I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was, really
ever
was.
Seen. But that's what made it amazing.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's like Bryan Danielson, like how amazing he was, It's like back in the day, Daniel Bryan, the Dragon,
right.
American Dragon, fucking
yes.
Crazy, and he's still doing his thing, man. He's out there, still out there.
Yeah, man, he's back. He's doing his thing. Yeah, that's it.
It's crazy. Times, like we said, times change for the wrestling world.
Exactly.
But anyway, what else do you have to say? This was really awesome. I enjoyed this. I'm gonna kill it now.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I'm thankful, to do this. To be here. To be on your show. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Hey, Desean, where could everybody find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter. The Twitter handle is Prince of CMD. You can find me on Instagram. It is Prince of CMD _. Desean Pratt, and you can find me on Twitter. Facebook. Find me Desean Pratt. I'm right there.
Yeah.
I accept just about everybody.
Yeah.
So you're not a weirdo.
Merchandise will be at shows. Come see him. Get some merchandise. Come get some.
That's it, right? Come to a show, shake my hand, come talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm a very approachable guy.
And come see me. Maybe we'll get a video out of you. For the podcast, we'll put a little something on the internet so people can see that we actually had a face-to-face, something live.
Yeah.
I always like to do that at shows. I always get that after, just to have a fun. I did that with Anthony Greeny. It's great. It's just fun. It's fun stuff. I always have fun with people.
Yeah. Fun stuff, exactly. That's what it's all about, having fun.
Absolutely. Well, Desean, I want to say this weekend, something special, fans. Stay tuned because he's taking on the one and only Joe Gacy. Be there at the CZW. Be there and at the Coliseum and check it out. This Saturday.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Good.
Better than the best. Prove yourself.
Better than the best. Good.
That's it.
Good.
That's it. Have a good night. Thank you.
You too, buddy. Thank you.
No problem. Wow, fans, that was awesome. Like that, one of my really great conversations tonight. I'm really cracking up right now. I'm sorry, I just read something about the Joey Janela's or the penis party, Joey Ryan. Anyway, I want to say thank you to Desean Pratt for being on tonight. He's going to be wrestling Joe Gacy this Saturday night at the CZW's Better Than the Best event in Voorhees, New Jersey, the Coliseum. And he's got a lot going, so check him out, fans. And much more. this Thursday night. Fans, check it out. I'll be on the podcast with my guest, the international deathmatch superstar, Peter Be Beautiful, will be on the line, and we're going to talk to him and see what he's been up to and much, much more. Thank you for listening. Have a great night. You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: deathmatchrussell.com. Follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32 and on Facebook, facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share, and on Twitter at PodcastCityNet. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.